Hey,
David, how are you, man?
you good? I'm wearing the shirt right now.
That's the first thing I thought of. Say yes to officiating.
Mm-hmm.
You said yes.
Yep.
Good
Yeah,
to
I
see you,
said
man.
yes to it 8 years ago.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Hold on.
What's up, Dave? We got two Daves, double Dave.
Oh, how about that?
Good to see you, my friend. You're two for two with
I
joining
love it,
live
man.
calls.
What do we get? 26 weeks or 52 weeks in a year? I'm gonna go 52 for 52.
Well, I don't know if I'll be here all 52, but I'll be here most of them. Thank you for getting some gear last week. I know you hit me up, so
Yeah, and I'm gonna get
appreciate that, man.
a collared shirt this week too. I'm gonna add to my collection today or
Oh,
tomorrow.
like a polo, Crown Refs polo.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice garage, Tyler.
Thank you.
Nice little workspace for you.
Yes, indeed. I got the fire going. The kids pop the popcorn. We're ready
There
to
you
go.
go. You got
Yeah.
popcorn too?
Yep.
Nice. Let me just tell you a popcorn tip. I don't know if you've heard about ranch seasoning.
Oh, really?
Trader Joe's sells ranch seasoning, but I think Costco sells it too. Put it on popcorn with butter, and I like Parmesan cheese. Forget it. It's the best popcorn on earth.
Like it. Gonna have to try
What do you
that.
think of that, Kev?
I'm kind of a purist.
Straight up, right? Plain?
You know, my daughter, in fact, she'll beg me to make popcorn. I'll take microwave popcorn and melt some extra butter and throw some good house salt on there, and she's like, chuck in some M&Ms, and she's a happy kid.
That's another
19
great
years
food.
old, and I still can't get her to make it on her own.
You know? Look at this camera malfunction. Hold on
Yes.
one second.
That.
Hold on one second, guys. What's up, Carter? How are you, man? Good to see you. Give me one
Good.
second.
How are you?
I'm well, man. How's it going? How's school going?
Good. Just got home from school 2 hours ago.
You finishing up
Yep.
10th grade?
Yeah.
And when do you guys end?
We got 2 more months, I guess.
You guys usually get out earlier than us. In New York, we go all the way till end of June.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
When do you start, Paul?
First week of September.
Wow.
Yeah, we start a little bit.
There we go.
We start around then too, but we end, I guess, after June though. We go for a while. I'm just trying to
Nice.
think. I don't know. I don't really keep
Well,
track of it that much.
Yeah, nor should you. But I appreciate you coming on, man. It's good to see you. Looking forward to working with you.
Yeah, good to see you
And
too.
hey, Ryan, how are you, man? I know you emailed me. Thanks for coming on the session. Same thing, Mitchell. Good to see you, bro. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for the invite. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Thank
Anthony Lowe. I see you just started an Instagram ref account. Thanks for tagging me.
you. Yes, sir.
Are you driving?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Well, don't turn your camera on until you're done driving.
You got it.
All right. Kevin, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Kevin
Doing
Smith.
good. Yeah, let me trying to figure out. Captain. Yep. Maybe.
I hear you.
Yeah, doing all right.
You,
There we go. I figured out how to speak.
I'm still
it's
figuring
going to be
things
a
out
good
on
night
Zoom.
when you got two Kevins in the house.
Two Kevins and two Davids.
Right.
Triple threat, quadruple threat.
And there's nothing better than seeing an iPhone 38. Hey, iPhone 38. Who we got? Who is that? Hey, all right. So thanks for coming out, guys. Some of you have been on our Signals school before. I'm sure some of you have seen clips. I'm going to switch the format up a little bit. I mean, normally we run through kind of all of the NFHS signals, but I wanted to make a theme tonight, and we will still run through most of them because I want to see all of kind of your presentations, but I want to start with like your weakest signals. So anything stand out? I'm sure we all have different answers, but I want to kind of address the weaknesses, and we'll work our way to strengthening some of the strengths. So, David, what do you think your weakest signal is?
Well, good question.
Or
And
pick one, and we'll all practice it together. We'll go one by
I
one.
know one of my weakest signals where I did a lot of my high school season lately, where at times there's like a foul going the other way, not like a player control or team control foul, it's just like a offensive play displacement foul. I put my arm up, then I go like this.
Okay, I'm glad you're bringing this up. So, what David's talking about is a rebounding foul going the other way, a loose ball foul going the other way. Anytime we're kind of changing directions and it's not a team control foul or a player control foul. So, some of my clips you might have seen to add the extra point, both at the spot, this way or white ball, and then at the table, white 24, push this way, and then in another signal. What David just showed you was the crossing of the arms. So I recommend using the same arm for the point. Remember, we want to do one signal at a time, right? And we want to use the same arm.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
This way we don't look like a traffic cop and we're getting all crossed up. David, the one you just showed us, there you go. The one you just showed us looked great. Maybe a little bit less rapid though, because remember, we want our signals to be spaced out. So foul and then a point. So let's see everybody do like a rebounding foul going the other way. Foul, point, and then report it at the table, any number you want. Usually it's a push or a hit or a hold. It could be any of them, but just show me a signal at the table and then another directional point. And hello, Steve, and hello, Mike.
How's it going, guys?
Thanks for coming. I want to highlight Tyler's already. If you guys just look at Tyler. Tyler, show us that.
Oh, people are doing that.
Really smooth numbers at the table. I mean, I recommend like when we're doing a push, our fingers stay closed. Just looks a little tighter to me. I know everybody's going to do things a little bit different, and you got to do what works best for you. Just giving you, my best practices. Go ahead, David. Show us again. Keep that arm straighter when you point. I was watching an official the other day in one of the tournament games, and he had such a diagonally upward point. It was like he was pointing to somebody in the upper deck. So I figure shoulder level is a good cue.
Yeah.
Carter, let's take a look at yours. Your point was a little lower than shoulder level.
Okay, remember I'm using the 𝗕ci𝗵 signals too, so.
Right. I think this one is the same though.
Yeah, this one's the point.
Good.
And
Yeah. What I noticed was the first time you went here and then you went kind of like below elbow level and then brought it back up. So just bring it down and then out. Down, out. Yeah. Carter, show us the FIBA team.
The charge.
Yeah.
Weight 8 charge.
First time I noticed that was in Qatar. I had no idea that was the signal.
Yeah, this is our charge
tough.
signal.
Yeah.
That's the old.
That's the what?
That's a charge signal.
For 𝗖𝗹𝗿𝗶𝘁𝗍?
This is for
Carter's
FIBA.
from Canada.
Oh, that's amazing, Carter. That's insane.
Yeah, it's a little different.
I don't know if I could ever do that in real time.
Yeah, we got refs on every level, so it's not just do whatever level you're working, right? Kev, let's take a look at that. Both Kevs. That looks smooth, Kev. Maybe just drop it down an inch, the point. And Mr. Evans, feel free to unmute anytime you would like, my friend. Steve's looking good. Just one thing I would say is just be conscious of like your elbows when you're reporting. Sometimes I see refs and their elbows are stuck out too much. So I don't want you so tucked to where it's unnatural, but just keep it shoulder level and try to keep things in. If that makes sense.
I'm recording this off my tailgate, so I'm up in the mountains, and so it's,
I like the view. Dave, good push, really good push.
Thank you. Because I'm like Bill. I know. When I was doing my film review with one official, one was saying my mechanics are like too stiff.
Too stiff.
So we
Yeah.
don't want to. What's up, guys? So, just my thought. We don't want to look like robots, right? I was told that early on. We have to, whatever your personality is, you have to try to demonstrate it in your mechanics. It's you, right? So if you try to be Paul, if you try to be whoever it is, and that's not you, then it doesn't fit your game. Like, so, but one thing we don't want to be is stiff. And I was looking at, I guess, Carter, the FIBA guy, and I'm not saying it's stiff, but like when you're, like you call foul, and then you're pointing, your body is like shifting with it. Like you're trying to, like, I don't know, maybe I'm noticing, like you're selling it a little bit, or, it's just foul that way, or whatever, point. It's not like a dance move, in my opinion.
Okay.
Just food for thought.
Yeah, which I like that thought where like it's like hard for me to try and develop my own style of mechanics where I know, for example, where this like basketball season, for the hit I used to do this, but now I'm up here now. Because I do like right 23 on the arm and line.
I think I heard Paul tell me a couple times years ago too. Is like we're gonna have like 2 or 3 to go to, right? So if it's a hit on the arm, maybe we don't want to take the same mechanic to the table every time for the whole season. Maybe we have 2 or 3 variables that we could do it to, that you feel comfortable. Because sometimes you get hit on the arm, you get hit on the elbow, you get hit on the forearm. It's all hits, but maybe we could spice it up a little bit and show that we're in control and we got it. Like, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got, like me specifically, I've got different ones. Like I've got different ones specifically versus like if he got hit when he's on the dribble versus, okay, it's a shooting foul, he got hit. If I'm going to the table and reporting that he got hit on the arm for shooting, I'm usually up here, like hit, got him on the arm, going up versus I come here, I'm like white 25, got him on the arm, spot. Like those are my specific differentiators with hits.
100%, because we're telling a story, and if we're more believable with the more information we put out there, we're gonna, okay, this guy, this girl knows what they're doing. They got it. Oh, he didn't get hit on the arm. He got hit on the elbow, coach. No, you got hit on the elbow, 23, whatever you do, and it just sells your story a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want to find the balance between the black and white and the gray. So the black and white is the approved signals in the book, and the gray is, the twist that sometimes we add to it, but not going too far off the grid. And, if any official tells you, you hear the certain population of officials tell you to do it by the book, and usually they're not kind about it. I've never seen one official in the history of officiating do every signal by the book. So there's a lot of hypocrisy out there with like signals. So ultimately it's going to be you out there on the court, and some of these games get crazy. So you just have to present the best version of yourself. That's always going to play out.
And lastly, one thing I'll chime in, the guy just thought about it. As we go into camp season, right? We all are in camps or wherever, we're going to be evaluated. And one thing that could separate us from the rest of the crowd is maybe our mechanics, and maybe it's that, it's like if 99% of the people just do it as the book, then, and you go out there and it's something different, but it's correct, you know, maybe that's how you stand out. So we always have to have different abilities to do out there because we have to stand out. That's just the name of the game, you know? So
one signal that officials do where I can kind of get a good gauge on how strong their overall package is the travel signal. So let's stop the clock, let's get into the travel, and then point. And remember, when we're calling a violation, most of the time you're doing 4 signals. NFHS, Carter, I think it could be the same here, but stopping the clock, showing the violation, pointing the direction, indicating where the spot is. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
In FIBA, we don't
travel
really indicate as much, but it's pretty much the same.
One tip about the travel is keeping your fists closer to each other versus further away. I think the further away you go, the sloppier and lunkier it looks, and we just want to keep everything tight and machine-like, I think. Kevin, we have to see Kevin Scott. Let's see a stronger point at the end of that travel. Like, you gotta have more snap than that, because the sequence of signals doesn't end once we show travel. Steps 1 and 2 were good, but then 3, it's like you lost me.
Yeah, the problem is you're going back here sometimes.
So one thing I like to do, I'm not saying I do it all the time, but I try to tell myself if I'm going to stop the clock, I'm going to point with that same hand, right? I see some of you guys who are stopping the clock and travel, and then we're going with the left hand. Maybe you stop the clock with your left hand if you're going in that direction, you know? So it just shows that we could use both our arms, you know? So like I'm a righty, I stop my clock most of the time with my right hand. So I tell myself, if I'm going on my left side, I'm going to do it with my left hand, and I'm going to do a travel, and I'm going to point with my left hand, just like an out of bounds. So everything is uniformed, and we look cleaner. You don't want to look like a traffic cop, like Paul said.
Yeah, same hand, same point. That's a good signaling fundamental to have. And ultimately, we want to train you guys to be completely ambidextrous, so where we don't know where your dominant or weak hand is. I think that's similar to players, right? Players can't have any weaknesses, you know, with their handle, or just
Paul,
like that comparison.
Am I muted or?
No, I hear you, Dave.
When you have that call, and a lot of times I find I'm going to go that direction, but the spot is behind me. So I end up finding myself using the second hand to point the spot versus, I mean, you want to use the same hand with the direction, but I find myself, and I try to avoid that, but it feels like I got to go back there with the other hand. Does that look like the traffic cop to you? Someone here?
In my opinion, I think so. But on another note, like the pointing to the spot usually is just for me. I'm not saying it's probably the least important, because we know where the ball's going to be, right? If I'm the lead and Paul is the trail in a 2-person game and he calls a travel and it's up top, I know I'm putting it there. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
But if your partner's putting it in play, you want to point for your partner's sake, and that's where that comes into play, I think.
No, 100%. I'm saying if my partner Paul calls a travel up top, I know it's gonna be there, right? We all know for the most part. So I rather, just me, my opinion, I rather do it like you said, with stop the clock with my left, point with my left, and say, Paul, spot with my right if I had to, you know?
Yeah.
I think that doesn't make you look like a traffic cop, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah. And with depending on the level of officials, a lot of times I work with newer officials that, and I think getting to the right spot is really important and trying to help them understand that, because that's kind of relaying that information. I've been doing this for a long time, and I tend to find it very important to put it in the right spot, but it drives me nuts when other people don't. So, that's part of the communication, I think, among the team.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to keep talking, but maybe we could use our voice. Like, I know this is a Zoom, we're just doing signal school, but our voice plays a very big part in where we're going to put the ball. Paul, side out. Paul, end line. Paul, top of the key. That's another part of our mechanics that we could practice in this too. Maybe not in this setting, but our voice is very important, maybe more important than our actual mechanics,
Great. Yep, love it. Thanks.
And Dave, thanks for asking that question. Just to finish the point, I know we spoke about same hand, but you brought up a great point. Okay, what if I'm turning? Now do I do the same hand? Well, that kind of gets back to the first point of not crossing and pointing over your body. And essentially, when you're turning direction, you're staying with the outside hand. So it's okay to go right, and then left. Like Mike said, indicating the spot is the least important and is the least strong signal. Like, we don't need to have a super strong point to the spot. There shouldn't be that much emphasis on it. It should more be just a tap and a hold.
Fair enough. Yep.
Dave, let me just see your travel signal again. And one more thing, don't let it drive you nuts when your partners don't spot it correctly. Now we're having a mindset and emotional strength conversation. But I know what you mean.
Hey. That way?
I would say, Dave, your hand is straight up. Your arm goes straight up, but it almost goes too straight to where it seems maybe slightly unnatural. So don't think you have to draw a straight line with your arm straight up in the air. I liked your travel motion, and then it looked like you brought your arm down and kind of wound up down low and brought the point up there. Let me see that one more time.
David or Dave? Or
Dave Watkins. Sorry. I got to do last names now. Mike, did you see kind of that dip in the arm?
Yeah, and that's hard for me to do that. Because I try I should go.
Sorry, Dave 𝗕ci𝗵.
Kind of like a false start offense. Like, is that
𝗕ci𝗵. Dave 𝗕ci𝗵. Yours looks great. Dave Watkins. Mike, what was your feedback on that?
Actually, I go.
So I do see from the initial shot, maybe shot out of the cannon when we're stopping the clock, right? Like, it's going straight, it's perfectly straight, and maybe that looks, I don't know, maybe just to me, just being a nitpicker, it's not as natural as our movement would be, and we don't want to, I'm just saying, just don't want to look surprised out there. When I'm surprised, when a foul, I usually go, oh, I'm calm. I want to be like this all game long. So our mechanics want to be like this all day long too.
Surprised equals reactionary.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at Steve and Tyler's travel. It's looking really smooth, guys. So I just want you to watch that, and then we'll get to Kevin and Carter.
Paul, I wanted to let you know, this is Jackson. He came over. He's in our association here. He just started. He was a first year this year, and so I invited him over to attend with this and get any pointers that you guys might have for him.
Wow, you didn't even send him the link. You just told him to come over. Nice. Welcome, Jackson. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Tyler, show us your travel. Jackson, just follow Tyler.
Want me to go?
I want you to model it for the group.
I like the spin ratio.
Thanks, Mike.
Where else are you going to find content on spin ratio of a travel signal?
How many revolutions is it supposed to be? 24 per minute, or?
Depends how fast he moves his pivot foot.
And Steve, show us yours.
You're in like a center position, and you got to travel.
Okay.
Very good. Carmela Garcia. Round of applause for everyone for Carmela. Round of applause. How you doing? You got a nice
Sorry,
tan
I'm
going.
Huh?
You got a nice tan going.
Thanks. I don't know if it's the lighting. It's weird in here.
Have a nice glow.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, no worries. You have the record for most sessions attended. You could do no wrong.
I still hold that record. I don't know
I
about
think
that.
so. Yeah, I think you got such a big lead that it's going to be tough to catch you. Although Dave Watkins is on fire his first few weeks, so
Okay. Okay.
he's batting 1,000. But
Okay.
we were just working on the travel signal. Kevin, why don't you show us yours? I don't know. Feel free to chime in and coach at any point.
Okay.
Kevin
Jackson
S.
and Kevin Smith, show us.
Okay.
Roll type jarred up.
Carmela, why don't you
So,
take Tyler, although that's Jackson in Tyler's screen.
then point.
How do you think he can improve his revolutions?
Can you do it one more time? Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure it's not Tyler.
She's gathering data.
Okay. So just a couple things. Keep your head still. Like don't look down, look up, look around. Just look at the camera, do your motion, and then do your direction or your point down.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, and then just perfect because your hands were like this.
All right.
So yeah,
Okay.
good.
And just one more point to keep it straight too. A couple times your arms were slanted, bent. Just try to find that straightness.
Okay.
All right. Kevin Smith, I just want to see a little bit stronger of a point after that travel signal. It looks like you curl your fist a little bit.
Like you have that like a flag.
That looked a little smoother.
Pop it out.
Just something to keep in mind.
Okay.
And Carter, I just want to look at yours because I think there's a couple things we could break down.
Get here to the get shoulder up, get your elbows up, straighten them up. Yeah, now put your fist on top of each other and quick. 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then kind of top it back and then go.
Okay.
I think overall it's fluid. I think there's too much starting and stopping though. And also maybe bring your fists closer to each other versus a fist on elbow.
That's one was the best one.
Okay.
I was gonna say that. Maybe try to get in halfway. Like, I don't know. I don't like the whole, some people do the whole arm, but some people do the wrist. I like to go halfway. I don't know. It's just
Some people do the finger.
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Maybe I saw one AAU ref do that one time. He was like, boop. But that's actually the what signal is this?
Can I go?
The subs.
You can do
Subs.
everything's tough.
Right? Subs?
Be more specific. No, well, this is beckoning the subs.
No, like the
If
timeout.
the coach
Yeah,
only
a
wants a
timeout
timeout for subs.
Timeout subs.
Timeout
Yeah.
subs.
Timeout.
Right, yeah. Timeout for subs. A shortening timeout.
Correct. But to piggyback on what Paul said, it looks fluid in the sense of if it's a snapshot, but when you try to paint the whole picture for Carter, in my opinion, it's like stop the clock, pause, travel, pause, point, pause. We just want everything to try to get in like one straight line, like one motion.
Together.
That's better.
That's good.
Stop me on the push because I went like this. It's like keep everything plugged in.
Excuse me, not Tyler. Carter, your hand, the way it just looks, the flatness of it. I like it.
Thanks.
I like your flat hand. I don't know, for some reason it looks better than my flat hand. Hey, Connor. Thanks for joining us, pal.
Yep, a little late, but couldn't miss it.
You're the man.
Better late than never, partner.
Yep.
Better late than never, but never late is better. That was a
Bar.
Kanye West line.
That's bars.
All right, let's multitask here. Let's go block N1. So foul on the spot, block, score the goal, and then just get into reporting at the table. 24, hit, one shot. And we'll try to get and again, if you see, look at each other, pick some stuff up from each other, and if you have any feedback for each other, feel free to unmute. It's all about helping each other.
So first thing I'm gonna say, Carter, you're scoring the basket before you do the block.
I know it's a FIBA thing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
We score it and then we do the signal.
Oh, perfect. I'm sorry then. You're good.
These are changes. Plays.
Well, actually, I want to go here. What?
So, David, not as rapid of a jump forward, and
you get all that.
Not as just a little less volume on yours, I think.
Like that?
Better, yeah. And your punch just again, just think in the terms of volume. Just turn it from a 10 to a 9.
So to go back earlier, talking about like the same hand for things, does it matter? Like, are we trying to keep the same hand also for when we call the foul?
Great question. Great question. And it's like, these questions are great because then we get deeper into these threads. And no, I don't think for block, and I don't think for the N1 signal, the same hand is mandatory. I actually like doing both. So I may have a stop the clock with my right and go block and then score it with my right. And I think stopping the clock with my right and then scoring it with my left could also work out too.
Through this.
Yeah, sometimes I will do that based on like where the players are. I know there's been times this season I would turn away from the players and just go with the left. So yes, I think both can work.
And then to take it another next level, say for instance your lead on the end line, does it matter? I've heard like sometimes you want to have the outside hand away from the basket to be like if I'm on the right side going here versus on the left side. Does it matter with that?
I don't matter. I just think it's preference, right? So I like if I'm the lead and the play's on the block and I'm wide, I don't like going my left hand because I feel like, it just blocks my vision, if that makes sense. Okay. Just like if someone jump shot, I don't want to put my 3-point signal like between us. I'd rather do it with my right. Yeah. So I see everything, or it just appears that I see everything, You can't go to a camp. And again,
right. Yeah. All about appearance, being able to still see the play versus being okay.
Yeah, that's a perfect point, Mike. Because yes, if we're not stopping it with the outside hand, and let's say we're on a wide play in the end line, and we stop it with our left, then potentially my left arm is now blocking two players.
I mean, they're Division I basketball.
So staying open to the play. Mike, take a look at Connor. What do you got for Connor?
Okay, Connor, go. I had to find you.
Go.
So you're in the lead position. You got a play come down.
So I see the little pause you had. I don't know if that was intentional or but can you do it again for me, please?
Like, you mean like the pause, like when I score it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's more intentional, like, because I'm letting I don't want to like rush to score it, like giving it a second to breathe normally.
Okay.
Let it go through.
Okay.
That makes because we don't want to be in a rush, so I understand.
Stop it up. Even higher, make a wide.
Maybe your arms are just a little too wide.
3-point signal?
My liking. I mean, And if that's more comfortable for you, like when you hit your hips, like it looked like a big V, you know?
Yeah. So go maybe more like
Yeah, I like that better. I like that better.
More out instead of like the side.
Yeah. That's just something I saw, but I like it. It looks strong. It looks poised, you know?
Yeah, I think we definitely prefer the subtle end ones versus the loud and animated ones. So I think that's what we're seeing there.
Hey Paul, just want to bring it up to you. I haven't heard back. I haven't heard back from Patreon regarding to the Crown Web shirt. I haven't heard back from them yet.
Have you responded again to the email I posted in the chat? Did you fill out a claim, like an official, leave your name, your email, and then you leave a message?
Yeah, I did, and I haven't heard back from them yet.
All right, just do me a favor. Forward me that email, and I'll take care of it. All right.
All right.
Let me know.
So this is just a question for me, just me thinking. Anyone could chime in. Like sometimes we have a block charge play, and it's in like slow motion, right? Everyone in the gym knows it's a block or a charge, right? Then you have the quick ones that it's a decision that has to be made, and it's like we don't know what the call is going to be. Does that change the way we report? Is just my question.
I think it changes how we call the initial call. Like
yes.
I had a few no-brainers that I was able to go slow in the initial pop charge, but then there were some bang bang where you got to sell it, and I think the ones that you sell you go a little quicker on. But then when you go to the table, you can take your time with those. But definitely when the play happens and you got to respond, whether it's a block charge, it depends whether it's a no-brainer or it's a bang bang.
I agree. And I know I'm just watching everyone do it. And it's like at one pace, right? But just to piggyback on what Paul said, we have to have like 2 or 3 that we're always in our bag that when we call it and when we know we're going to call those plays, maybe it's a fast one or maybe it's a slow one. I just wanted to throw that out there for discussion.
I'll throw something out there too that kind of ties in with that. I think the toughest ones that you get in trouble with are the ones in transition that are quick. If you're in lead, you got a C coming down, and now you have a double whistle, and you want to get quick because it's a quick call, and you're looking and you see you're in lead and the C's coming up and he's going the other way. I'm like, oh shit, or you're going to have a barge, right? So I think those are the ones you got to really slow down on and maybe even pregame those kind of things where, hey, if we have a transition call like that, we better hold the preliminary, right?
100%. And my thought on that is just me, if I'm the outside official, no matter where I am on the court, if it's my play or not, but if I'm the outside official, I'm not going to signal fast at all. So to prevent that from ever happening or God willing, So I'll let the lead, if I'm the slot or the trail, go fast. I can have my hand up, but I won't show until I know, Just put in my pregame, if I'm outside, I may blow my whistle, but I won't show my block signal until I know no one else is. That's a good point.
Yeah, I think patience and poise is best. And, some plays present a little bit different energy, so we may give off a little bit extra strength on some calls. But I think the point is the closer you guys and ladies can get to just having one style of presenting your signals, everything is routine and businesslike, and you don't have to rev anything up extra for a big call in the game. The more poised you look, the better you're going to look. So that's kind of my concept with that. I want to get to Watkins and Jackson. We got to look at your block, and Kevin Smith. And Ryan Larry, if you're not driving, feel free to show the video so we can give you some feedback. And welcome, Corey Powell, champion.
So
welcome, champion Corey Powell. two-time champ. All right.
And Paul, on one of the things you guys are doing, a lot of people are doing, I guess it's more college mechanic, is the block this way.
It's the same. It's the same. Though. It's the same in the book. This is the same in the book.
Yeah.
No one does it like this. It's kind of an old story.
We get a lot of push in our board. It's they really want you to go by the book. So I'm getting a lot of that. Hey, we don't want this for high school games. So it's going.
I worked a game earlier, high school game, with the DOD for the state, and that was the one thing he told me. He's like, "Oh, I guess we're too big for the actual high school mechanic." So it's just one of those things, and in the heat of the moment, it's automatic because I've done it, So it is what it is. If that's the one thing they're going to hit me on, okay. I'd rather get the play right than
absolutely.
I don't even look at it as they're hitting on you. It's just a suggestion. They're recommending you to do it. And thanks for the feedback.
Yeah.
Appreciate your help. Kevin, when you signal block, your fists were too close to the inner part of your body. Let's go right to the hips.
Okay. Like more towards the outside.
Initially it would look more of the stomach. Just go a little wider.
Okay.
And just a cue for the block, the V shape. We stop the clock, then we kind of mirror. Stop the clock, mirror fists, strike the hips, score the goal. You're doing a little hesitation. Get stuck right here for a second. Boop, boop. So it's step 1, 2, 3. Step 1, 2, 3. And then we put it all together in real time. Jackson looks pretty good. Maybe just don't let your fists stop at the hips. Just bounce up a little bit. Might look a little more fluid. There you go. Good. Dave Watkins one more time. So Dave, you're doing the
punch up. Yeah. That's
like we're at a techno concert, beating the beat. So just lift it straight up, punch the sky. Better. I mean, that just looks smoother to me. But not the overhand flush, like you're throwing a fastball. Boom, boom. Two-finger score is great too. Just, I just don't think the swooping, flushing motion is our best look. We go with the block. Corey, you want to show Mike your block?
Oh, it's a regular block?
Yeah, block N1.
I like it. It's good, it's smooth, it's like patient, but it's not, it doesn't show that you're like stopping each frame by frame, if that makes sense. It's like I got it, it's a block, no rush,
Anybody got anything else for Corey?
Oh, what you got for me?
I mean, it looked the same as last time when I gave you when I said it looked great. So, like Mike said, just to piggyback his point, it's very calm, it's very fluid. It's just you look just under control. You look like you're shooting a pull-up jumper, from the free throw line extended.
Oh, all right, that is good.
It's just easy, yeah, it's just easy. Let's get to Anything else at the spot? Let's just see 3-point signal, 3-point make real quick, and then we'll report some fouls to the table. Been watching some film lately, and one official I saw had their kind of 3 fingers with their hand flat out. So like we should turn it. One official like just raised it up from the side. So we should just shoot it out and then basically shoulder width make. All right, let's go. David, top left. Mike, is David your top left of the screen, or is your arrangement different?
You're my top left.
Oh, okay. I like being your top left. Stefanak, show us your 3-point. So
Okay.
don't bring it down.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, we don't need to bend the elbows, you know. And maybe we'll go up together with our hands, right? Even though your hand is up there already. Yeah, try to make it.
So we're not just raising one and then the other.
Yeah.
It should almost be a raise one and then drop it for a second and shoot back up.
Like that?
Better just try not to the elbows, like you're bending your elbows like no.
I'm so used to doing that because I do football. That's what I do for touchdown. I go up with the elbow thing.
Okay.
And motion
Okay.
that I got from football. So
Differentiate the sports. Because I have there's a couple of lacrosse signals that it's the same call, push, player can charge, but it's presented slightly different. So we want to make sure we're not bringing like other sports signals in. For instance, like the baseball ump point. No, but Dave, yours looks good. Watkins, let's see yours. Okay, show us a couple. Okay. Anybody got anything for Dave Watkins?
No, I like it. I know when I watch myself on film, I'm like, oh my God, my hands are so wide. Like the goalpost is very wide. And I try to tell myself to tighten it up, but it never works. So that's one thing I'm working on too.
Question: do you guys always use your outside hand when you mark?
Yeah, this way.
Yeah, you jumped on a little later, but we talked about that. Is we just try not to block ourselves from the play, you know. So if it's on the inside, we go outside, and vice versa.
Cool.
Yeah, if I'm trail, my back's to the sideline, we have a corner 3. I'm not going to raise my right hand because that essentially could stack one eyeball, right? So we go outside. I'm trying to think, let's say there was a player equal distance to me. I may step down, go outside. Yep, I think it's pretty much outside all the time. Staying open. Tyler, sorry, I had to mute you just because you guys were working. You're working hard in the garage, but let's look at you guys for 3-pointers. Good, Jackson.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, not much to change. Copy and paste. And just make sure when we mark with the left, it looks just as good. So I encourage you guys tonight to work on your left more than you would your right. You know, if you're pointing or stopping the clock. All right. Carter Mochinsky. Did I say your last name right?
Not many people get it, Paul, but you got it.
I kind of want to call you Big Moch.
I like it. Yeah, I like the nickname.
I like it too. I've given so many nicknames in my life. But one thing is I don't force them. They just come. So we're keeping that one as long as you agree.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. All right. Show us your international 3-point signal.
Ooh, two
Now,
hands.
Mike, before you say don't show the double 3.
That's what they do, I
This
guess.
is the approved, you don't do
That's our
open hand
approved
after
signal. Yep.
Wow. Perfect.
that. Look, looks good.
Nice and control. Just for me, the hardest mechanic for me is the and 1 3-pointer. Like, it always confuses me. The and 1 3-pointer is so hard. I don't know what I'm doing there.
It really is. I black out sometimes.
I don't know if I'm supposed to successful goal for it again. I don't know, man. That's so seeing you guys do that is remembering that all the times I messed that up. So it's great.
Well, I thought Paul had one earlier this year. Shared that video of that and 1 3-pointer. Yeah.
I did just to remind myself, because probably the very next game I messed up the order again. Yeah, because they're just loaded, because it's what, 4 signals out, bang, bang, bang. So again, just getting to slow yourself down, self-talking in that moment, super slow-mo, boom, basket's good, here, score. And then at the table, I mean, I score it, then I go 3,
I don't
2, hits 1.
We got to figure out what's improved on that at a table. I don't know.
Yeah.
Never been
That's a perfect, like, make a pointed table for that. What I do, I say, like, 3 points good, count it, white 30, white 23 on the arm, 1 shot.
Dave, can we get less of a hammer chop? The overhand tomahawk hammer chop? No, I said less of it.
The left hand?
No, less.
Less tomahawk motion. So just go straight in. I think that's a better look. What do we think, guys?
What they look like?
Maybe the arm that you're hitting, don't make it like perfectly straight. Maybe
Yeah. I like
bending it.
Or like this.
Nope, not that one.
Nothing too hard.
Discard. Keep it right here. Keep it right here, bro.
Just maybe bend that arm a little bit.
And what Mike was saying was just maybe bring it out a little wider.
I need to, like, bam.
No. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, like this. I can bend my elbow like here, and then to me it looks like this, like more like smoother from a stab like this.
I remember one time I did too hard of a chop on my hand, and during the next free throw, I'm looking at this big ass red mark on my arm. I'm like, I need to slow it down a little bit.
Too excited.
I like how smooth it is.
There you go. David, copy and paste that. Watch this video. We're at about the 55-minute mark. That's the one.
All right. Okay.
Jackson, hit. We went from 3 to hit, but I think that's good. Did we see everybody's 3, Kevin? Smith? Good. Like it. Corey? I just want you to find the balance between smooth and crisp, and just toe that beautiful line. Good form. All right, let's get to hit, hold, push. So give me your numbers. 24. Let's work on a left hit. Out of our comfort zone.
Ooh.
No, 23.
David, I believe that's your right hand, although the Zoom could have me messed up, but I think that's your right, is it not?
Does it
Yeah.
matter to
I'm
does it
using
matter
my
to
right.
different
I'm
does
using
it
my
matter to
right.
differentiate between a left and a right hit?
Not really, and yes, not really, because this is stuff only refs see, and yes, because everything you do should be fluid and natural and strong, and we shouldn't have any weaknesses. So I think it's good to show a right hit, and I think it's good to show a left hit, just for our package and our skill set.
Fair.
Who's that, Mitchell?
Yeah.
Okay. We still haven't heard from iPhone 38.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, what's your first name?
Jamal.
Jamal. Last name?
Rouse.
Oh, okay. You emailed me, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming.
No problem.
All right. Who we got? Mike, show us your hit.
I got a phone. You see? So I usually bow, hit 2 shots. I don't know if you guys. It's on my phone.
I see it.
Boom. Hit 2 shots. I'm not a straight pointer upper. You know, I usually go like here. I usually go here, step into it, and hit 2.
Just so we don't confuse people, you're showing us your foul at the spot and then the hit. So just show us what you would report to the table on a hit.
Oh, okay. So full foul. 23 hits, 2 shots.
You know, the only feedback I have for you when I was watching your ESPN game last week, and it's minor, I have nothing, but it was just you do some kind of curl with your fist sometimes when you're pointing and even when you just did the hit.
Okay.
So maybe just take a look at that. Keep that back to our point of keeping stuff straight and, you know, straightforward, sharp.
Thanks.
All right, Anthony, you're parked. Good to see you. Show us your hit. I'm subbing you right in.
2 shots. Oh, you said the table, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, numbers.
Do the table.
Numbers.
Okay.
Foul.
Numbers.
2 shots.
2 shots.
So looks good, but like what I was telling David, just be mindful of that overhand tomahawk chop. I would like to see just so when I'm reporting my hit here, numbers.
23.
Transition from my numbers.
Okay.
Numbers here. Arm goes straight out. This gets ready to strike. I don't pause it there that whole time. I just want to show you the steps. White 24, hit 2.
All right. White 23, hit 2 shots.
You guys see his elbow kind of flaring up, Corey?
Yeah, I got it. All right. White 23, hit 2 shots. I think I flared it again though.
And when you present your numbers, keep them face level.
Got you. So 23, hit 2 shots.
Even higher than that, like
Higher?
forehead level.
Okay. 23, hit 2 shots. I think I got to bring it up a little more.
Show us your left hand.
Oh, okay. 23. I got to get used to that. So it's 23, hit 2 shots.
So I know you're still new. You're probably still just practicing the right hand and making sure you know that looks good. But as we start to get deeper in with more experience, let's try to work on both hands.
2 shots.
David Watkins.
Luke 23 hits 2.
Numbers look great. Same kind of feedback as I gave Anthony and David. Just the snapping of the bending of the arm. Be mindful of that. Straight strike.
Then you mean this flailing out here? You're talking about like?
Yeah, it's just bending.
Yeah. 223.
Try not to pass your arm with that on.
Now did what? Say it again. I'm sorry.
Try not to pass the arm that you're striking. Like don't pass over your arm.
Yeah.
Your arm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
David, what part of the arm are you striking? It looks like you're hitting a kind of above the elbow.
No, down here.
Okay, yeah, forearm.
Get up here. And the other hand.
Hit 2 shots.
Jackson, let's see. Your numbers look good. Don't drop your hands and then go hit after that. Keep them up. Numbers bleed right into the hit. Your striking hand, I don't know. It almost looks like starts here. See again? Your non-striking hand, keep it straight. I know you're still getting used to the left hand. It's like watching a player dribble with the left for the first time sometimes. But that's.
I'm not gonna lie, the left hand's hard, man. I just try to do it.
It's because you've been shooting with only the right hand this whole time.
This is true. Only go one way, Paul. You know that.
I mean, I can't play defense, but Corey's the defensive player of the year. He's just going to make you go left. Carmelo, let's see. Very good. See you left. Very good.
Oh, she's way down here.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that Carmel got hired as a Division I women's college basketball official, if that's correct, Carmelo.
It is. Thank you.
Welcome.
Congrats.
And she's going to grassroots next month for round 2?
No, in a couple weeks. The 18th to the 20th.
Congrats. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Carmela, are you going to basics down in Phoenix?
Yes.
Okay, you'll be there? Nice.
Yeah, that's if I don't advance for grassroots. If I advance, I won't be able to make it.
Oh,
but if
hopefully she won't be there, Tyler.
Yeah, I hope
she's
I
not
don't.
going to be there, Tyler, to answer your question.
I hope you guys don't meet.
Thanks for the confidence.
Just kidding. But yes, no, I hope you don't meet then. I hope you meet after that at some point.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do we see everybody's hit? Well, Jamal, let's look at your hit. Okay, you're a little narrow.
I think the number,
Shoulder level. Pop it out. You're just like raising your arms. I want you to push them outward, like you're making a chest pass. Keep going. And your arm's a little crooked too. I would just say straighten that and be a little more fluid when you're throwing your numbers out versus just raising your arms. Better. And you don't have to push them all. You don't have to extend your arms all the way. I know I talk about with the push signal, usually extending fully, not with reporting the foul. We're going to do that. So definitely go back and watch this part. Anthony Lowe, you showed us your hit. Carl, did you show us your hit?
Yep.
And Connor. Look at that. Backhand.
Yep. That's how we do it.
Really?
Most of your signals are very clean and neat.
Thank you.
And I mean that in a good way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan. Welcome. I didn't get back to you on your bio, but I wanted to make sure to send you the link tonight if you wanted to come, and here you are. So thanks for joining us. We're doing the hit signal. So show us reporting the foul at the table and the hit signal.
Foul, 123, hit, 2 shots.
Could you just back up so we could see your whole hand go up? Because I'm noticing something with your fist. Okay. That looked better than the first one. Show us your left hand. And you don't have to stop the clock. So just pretend you're at the table. Show us your left-handed hit. I want to see your weak hand. Do you guys see what he did with his fist as he was raising it?
Oh, I see it.
Could anyone describe like something helpful to eliminate that?
One more time. I can't.
Go ahead, Ryan. We're watching.
Yeah, I'm kind of weak in my left hand.
So, the point of tonight was, what are your weakest signals? And I think a lot of us are finding out our offhand, is weak. And it's just something we want to strengthen. So we're ambidextrous. Ryan, just I noticed your fist was curling when it was raised up. So just keep it straight, punch it straight up. And your right-handed hit looks pretty sharp. We just got to match that level with the left. So just practice the left.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Smith? Same thing. Right looks good. Let's get the left to that level. So get that arm straighter out. When I'm showing the hit, my off arm kind of punches out. White 22. Hit. Oh, that was terrible. I don't like that I just said that was terrible about myself. That wasn't very nice. It's something I'm working on, even the little stuff like that. Like I was going to say, what are your worst signals? And I said, no, what are your weakest signals? That's just a more positive way of, breaking things down.
Mm-hmm.
We beat ourselves up so much. I could look back at times in the podcast, like I used to say, oh, I hate this call, or I hate that I did that, or oh, I'm cringing at that. No, I know what it's like looking at yourself on film when we don't do the things we want or we don't look our best, but just find more positive terminology to evaluate yourself. I think you'll find a lot of breakthroughs that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into the push, and then we'll do the hold, and we'll wrap it up. So just some cues on the push. You might have heard me say it, but I think a push should look just like a standard push-up. So our arms are pretty much shoulder width if I'm doing a standard push-up. I'm starting here, like I was dropping to the floor, like my chest was hitting the floor, and then I'm going all the way up, like I'm fully extending, right? So white 22, push, 2 shots. I was watching an official the other day. They did white 22, and then they just 22, and the hands just went out from there. Separate the signals. Carmela, can we finish with more straighter hands versus diagonal? I like that. Dave, close the fingers. Close the hands. And should be, chest, shoulder level, straight out. Not up, not here, here. Push. Everybody look at Connor's. Connor, show us a couple. Show us the side view. I would say pick that up. Take that for everybody else. Take what you like, make it your own. But really good motion there. David Watkins, show us again.
234.
Thanks, Carmela. You're the best.
2.
David, just slightly wider with your hands. Shoulder width. If you put your hands right by your armpit almost, that's kind of a good starting point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that deep, but you know what I'm saying? Right by the shoulder, right in front of the shoulder blade. Straight up. Better. Still slightly narrow. Just bring it an inch wider.
I'm bringing them closer, I think, as I come in.
Okay.
I feel like I'm wide here. Is that not wide?
I think the width is okay. I just think it's the motion and your elbows. Like, show us the numbers and then get right into your push.
23.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, because the transition is key. We're never just going to show push. So I think for you showing us step 1 and then the transition to step 2, that looked more fluid. Jackson, Tyler? Really good. Tyler, you've been working with him. Have you not?
Yeah, we've been working right now. So hands up a little bit on your push. There you go.
That last push was my least favorite.
All right.
That one too.
So keep your hands out.
Just something with the transition from the numbers to the push. Got to make some moves.
Getting a little far out with your numbers. Pop it.
Okay, better. David, keep your hands flat. You're finishing like with them pointed diagonally. Keep them flat the whole time.
You go back and watch this. You can watch.
Okay. I'm also doing less stepping into my pushes, which is something I've advised people to do in the past. And again, do what works for you. I have no issue with the step, but I'm staying more flat-footed now when I push. My one differentiation with my push signal is sometimes when a player gets like pushed out of bounds, I have a desire to show a sideways angle to the push. Like I'll just turn, I'll go white 24, pushes them out. I use that for that specific call when a player gets bumped out of bounds. All right, Carter. Okay. Corey, you got anything for Carter's push?
One more time, Carter. I think it could be a little higher. And it could be up here as opposed to down here. There you go.
Better.
My only suggestion would be instead of extending fully, that was a good one. Keep your elbows almost at like a 30 to 20-degree bend on your push. So you got your number, just like when you're reporting, you're kind of bent, and then your push, you kind of stop as well. Instead of the full extension, you're kind of stopping with a little bit
Right.
of an elbow bend.
Okay, so fully extend. So we got numbers and then fully.
Yeah, instead of going the full, go to the same length that you do your numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. That look good.
Yeah. You've added a little more oomph. I know the last critique I gave was that it was neat and clean, but I think for the push, it's kind of a stronger signal. So add a little bit more oomph to it. All right, Anthony, Lowe, and Jamal, let's take a look. So Anthony, don't close your fists. You reported the foul, and then you close them, and then you open them back up.
Okay.
So keep the hands open. One more time.
I keep doing it. I think I did.
Remember, bring them all the way back to your chest.
All right.
Here, then it comes back, and then we go out again.
Got it. 22. 22.
And don't drop them lower than chest level. You kind of go here.
All right.
Close the fingers.
Close them? Okay.
Yeah, like make them attached.
22.
Make it. Okay, better. Jamal? Good. Yep, real good. Yep, I like it. Corey? Mm-hmm. Just, I know you're wide, just keeping the numbers a little more centered. There you go. Corey, did you have camp last week?
Nah, my first camp is Saturday.
Okay, it's tryout, right?
Yeah.
My man. Let me know how it goes. Let's do the hold. Let's finish with the hold. So reporting the numbers to the table. Show me the left hand hold. We'll do them both because we'll probably see the difference in quality.
Mine's a little different here, Paul.
Okay.
And everybody likes my hold, which is this, and a pop to it.
And in Canada, you better use approved signals or they will ship you out of the country.
Send me down there to the US.
They don't play.
No, we don't play around up here.
Good. That looks excellent.
Thank you.
Good, David. David, I'm loving that.
But now I should do this, but till they want my friends to get on me with, I should go to the wrist and then pop it like that. But
I like what you just did. Show me the one by your elbow. Yeah, do that.
That's in the right hand.
I mean, again, with the holds, this is one call I think I vary a little bit with the way I grip. I do everything from the approved basic grip to dropping my hand closer to my elbow to the higher, pop out. I've even done the pull down hold, just specific to a rebounding play where a guy just pulls his arm down. Sometimes I'll just do that. Maybe once a year, but not my go-to, not a go-to. But I think it's good to narrate. All right, Watkins. Okay, good. Like it. Same thing with some of your other signals, that wind up before you get into your holding grip. Let's just try to eliminate that. But don't get too careful.
Okay.
Okay. Jackson, just don't you went from your numbers, then you kind of dropped your hand and then went out. Should go right into it. Don't rush into it. Remember, just think of each signal as like 2 seconds. So numbers 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, Jackson, don't bring your arm down. Keep it up. Connor, what do you got for Jackson? Or Corey?
I know for me, a lot of with signaling is preference, I feel like. I feel like I'm a little bit lower, though, on my standard hold. Just maybe a tad.
Yeah, agreed.
Corey, let's see it.
Also have a little pop to mine where I kind of extend it forward as opposed to just grabbing my arm.
I like it. Show us your left hand. Nice. Nice. Jackson, that was good. Much improved. Corey helped you out right there.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Anthony? Anthony, did I just see your thumb out when you were reporting?
No.
Okay. It hit the light with a blur, so I wasn't sure if you were giving me the L signal.
Nah. All right, so 22, hold, 2 shot.
Just like Corey was, your form is good, but just add that little extra at the end.
Okay.
But not like you're about to give me the middle finger.
Got it. All right.
It kind of looked like he was about to give me the middle finger. Jamal, come on. I know he would never, but
nah.
That's funny. That's funny, man. You got to make learning fun. It's the only way we could do this so long and be sustainable. I noticed Jamal turned his fist inward. He didn't want to show the middle finger signal, but I like the inward, to the fist. Versus this versus that. But again, I do both. That looks better, Anthony.
Okay.
Good, Jamal. Good. Well, this was awesome. Are there any other signals you guys want to work on? I mean, I'm happy to stay. Or if you have any signaling questions, I think it's always good to end the session with, which signal to show when or a particular situation that may arise. So if there's any signal-based questions or any questions, feel free to unmute and ask.
Yeah, I got a signal question where every time I'm on the baseline on the left side of the court, if I can play a control foul. I know one of my weakest signals that I call play control foul. I go like this and I like it then be like a traffic officer going cross point where I should keep myself open, go like this, and then point. As I'm trying to get kind of like this up here, like that.
I don't understand the difference between the two you just showed us. Was there?
So the play control file, like I use a code which is this where I go up here and I cross to my body and going this way. And that's what gives me like trouble when I try to keep myself open in case something happens.
Are you talking about when you're in C or a trail?
Yeah,
way or lead where you're
as a
just
trail. As a trail.
as a trail when you got to go the other way. What's the question? How to avoid getting crossed up? So stay.
Hey, Paul, I think what he's saying is if we're in a lead position and our lane is over here, his question is when he goes with the foul here, he's going here to here, which opens your chest up to the lane line versus going here behind and pointing closes you off to the lane line. Is there a correct way? I like going here with your arm, and then you can go out where you keep your chest open.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
I want to keep open to the players in case there's action, because if you go here, or if you point with this arm and you go back behind the head here, you're kind of almost forcing your body to turn away from players or any action that might occur behind you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what Devin makes, and that's why I had trouble with this whole entire season where I've done that, which I come up here and I turn my body, which I know I need to keep myself open where I go like from my arm up here, and I point this way, keep it open in case there's like an altercation about to happen after I go in and stop and stop it.
Well, do.
So
I have to go back and
just real quick on the player control. Let's say I am on the right side in lead. On the right side in lead. We gotta meet. Right side in lead, stopping the clock with my right, behind the head with my left, pointing with my right, as we mentioned, staying open to the play, right? Now I'm in center. So my body's turned a little bit. Stopping the clock with my right, going behind the head with my left, pointing with my right, staying open to the play. Go to the other side of the court. Left side in lead, stopping the clock with my left, behind the head with my right, pointing with my left, staying open to the players. Going to the left side in center, end or trail. Stopping the clock with my outside hand, my left, behind the head with my right, pointing with my left, staying open to the play.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
If you're in center, are you opposed to just a one hand? So I'll stop. If I'm here, we're going down the way this way, boom. And just keeping it all one hand rather than doing the two hand. Are you opposed to that?
No, I like the one hand. I changed my view on the one hand. I don't do the one hand, but I think if you could do it, effectively, it looks strong, and that's technically, I think, the correct signal. They want you in the book to, if you stop the clock, you show the signal, and then you point. And I think that's also a good way of really slowing down, because when you do it all with the one hand, like, I think it forces you to maybe not rush it. So, boop. I think the overall the both hands at the same time for this call looks the best, but I like the one hand as well.
Yeah. Me too. And
does that help, Dave?
Yeah, it does help a lot. Then my second final question: what is like the correct mechanic when I call a team control foul like illegal screen, for example, like right? I
It's
know
the same as player control. This
uh,
they changed this signal a couple years ago to make it the same and to make our job easier.
mhm.
So it's a legal screen is a team control. You don't have to show a block, even at the table. You know, at the spot, foul, boo boo, legal screen, and then at the table, white 22, legal screen, or you can go team control. I like saying a legal screen because most people don't know what team control means.
And also when I put to the table, I do like white 23 illegal screen that way, because I know when I was reading like the chapter on illegal screens, where an illegal screen is an offensive blocking foul in basketball. Right, that's why I done it.
Dave, my only critique on that is that if you change your signal up when you go to the bench, you went from what everyone knows is a player control, and now you're reporting a block.
Yeah.
And the average fan is not going to understand what you're doing.
Okay.
So by just saying like what Paul was saying is keep everything, hey, we got an illegal screen, we're going this way. And then when you report illegal screen. And then if the coach asks, you can explain what she did. You know, maybe she slid into him, blocked her out, didn't get set, whatever your verbiage is that you want to have on the illegal screen. But then you keep everything the same and you don't have a fan going, well, why did he call a charge and now a block? And they're not going to know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, you do have a good point on that. So yeah, but I'm definitely gonna change that up once I do like summer basketball, even when I go to that camp up in Marshfield, which I know Paul's gonna be there. Can't wait for that.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I'm definitely gonna work on that. And if I call it a screen, I'm gonna do like white 24 illegal screen that way.
Yep, that's it. Keep it simple. They
Yeah,
changed the mechanic to simplify it.
yeah.
So just do that one signal.
Yeah, and I was realizing that I'm using the college mechanics in a high school game. And
What's the college mechanic?
which and also about your Ray's do he does this for illegal screen. That's why I picked it up from when I first
It's
started.
NCAA men's I can speak for. It's the same as NFHS. So
Okay.
again, we don't need to show the block for illegal screens. Now there's a couple times this year I might have given a little more information at the table. I had one illegal screen where the guy put his elbow out or with the knee clipped him. So if you want to add a little piece on occasion, I think that's okay.
Hey, thank you. It definitely helps
Yeah.
me a lot.
Good, David. I'm glad it did. Carter, you have any questions we can answer for you?
Just for my curiosity, I guess. For you guys in the US, for offensive fouls on the spot, you guys are stopping and then pointing, or this is player control, but are you like say it's a charge, are you stopping and then point? Yeah.
So foul, behind the head, point.
Okay. A little different for me, but cool.
What's yours?
So offensive fouls, well, on the spot, we're gonna do stop clock and then offense with the fist.
Punch. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I'm reporting, I got white 8, charge, black.
I used to have a good punch back in my day. They changed the mechanic, Carter, a couple of years ago. So we used to all, punch, but now we go behind the head.
I like the punch. Sometimes I get it.
Yeah. Paul, do you still sprint to the table?
Sprint?
Run?
Sprint?
Jog? Brisk?
I've never sprinted one time. Do I still jog to the table? When I remember in lead.
Okay. I think walking looks better.
Yeah, I do too. And, that's a mechanic that differs based on the level or rule book, right? So high school, the philosophy is to run to the table and lead. NCAA men's philosophy is to run to the table and lead. NCAA women's. It's to
Well, now
walk
men's, it's allowed now,
pro.
right? Men's
It's to walk.
allowed.
They've softened their stance. Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
last year they came out with they allow walking and talking now.
I generally walk and talk because I don't want to like rush, and I feel like when I'm running to the table, even that 5 seconds or 4 takes me maybe less than 5 seconds. I'm quicker than that, but even for that time, like I want to be at my own pace, and I feel like I'm being a little sped up there.
Yeah, I think it's super awkward.
Just
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't tell me like either way is better when they're different on every level, and it's just a matter of that rule book you're doing. But I think it's just kind of pick what you want to do. That's my advice on that.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Anthony, any questions before we go?
No questions.
Good. Did you find this helpful?
Yeah. Very, very helpful. I'm gonna review it. It's recorded, right?
It is. I'll post it probably today or tomorrow.
Cool.
Mr. Watkins, anything before we go, my friend?
No, absolutely. This is fantastic, Paul. As you know, I've done this for a long time, and I think you get comfortable with things. So it's great to get some feedback and just to see some other things as well. So outstanding job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate
Everybody,
it.
not just Paul, but the other folks too. Got a lot of feedback from folks. That was fantastic.
For sure. Appreciate your positivity.
Outstanding.
Tyler and Jackson?
I was just talking to him and asking him, he doesn't have anything. I asked him if he had any questions about Crown refs. I'd like to see him join. I'm trying to get him talked in for you, Paul.
All right, guys, everyone on the call, let's pressure him to join right now. We don't force no one. We like when people come knocking. No, but yeah, if you want to set up a call, Jackson, just let me know.
All right.
You can do that. We'll touch base. Yeah. And thank you to Tyler. This was Tyler's idea. We hadn't done a signal school in probably 2 months, so I'm glad you reminded me.
Awesome.
This has been a good little camp tune-up. So
that was fun.
Yeah, you guys have a great night. This is one of the best signal schools we've had. So let me work on getting it posted, and I recommend reviewing it for even better enhancement of your signal. So you guys have a wonderful night. Yeah, talk to you soon.
Thank
Good
you,
luck
Paul.
this weekend, Corey.
Good night, everybody.